What is up, guys? So for this video I want to discuss the past of Saul Goodman as it pertains to a potential plot hole that is yet to be explained heading into the upcoming 4th season of Better Call Saul. In season 3 of Breaking Bad, in the episode entitled Abigail, we see a shot of Saul Goodman's diploma. This diploma states that Saul Goodman received a master's degree in political science from the University of American Samoa in the year 1984. However, additional information we learn about Jimmy McGill's education in season 1 of Better Call Saul appears to contradict this information about Saul Goodman's education that we first saw in Breaking Bad. In season 1 of Better Call Saul, in the episode entitled Rico, Jimmy reveals some information regarding his education.
You passed the bar?
Yeah, I did. I thought if Kim can do it, maybe I can too, you know? So I got my last few credits for undergrad from a community college. I mean, they're not just for draft dodgers and yoga classes, all right? And I found a law school that would accept me. I mean, it wasn't Georgetown or anything, but the University of American Samoa.
This scene states that Jimmy McGill got his last few credits for his undergraduate degree from a community college and then got his law degree from the University of American Samoa before finally passing the bar and becoming a lawyer. No mention of a master's degree is stated in this flashback scene in this episode of Better Call Saul. In addition to Jimmy not mentioning anything about receiving a master's degree in political science, the master's degree we see in Breaking Bad states that Saul Goodman got his master's degree in 1984. However, currently following the conclusion of season 3 of Better Call Saul, which took place in the year 2003, Jimmy McGill has not yet changed his name to Saul Goodman in a professional and/or legal capacity. Additionally, over the course of season 1 of Better Call Saul, we saw several flashback scenes from Jimmy's past in Cicero, Illinois, which display how Jimmy managed to move from Cicero to Albuquerque, in order of which they occurred in the timeline of Better Call Saul as it pertains to Jimmy's educational background. We first see Jimmy and Marco scamming a man in Cicero, Illinois through a fake Rolex scam in season 1 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Hero.
I'm keeping the money. Here you go, fatty.
I got dibs on that watch, man.
I don't see that. What kind is it?
I don't know. It's just a watch. I gotta get out of here, man.
Whoa, what kind of watch is it?
It's, I don't know. It's...
Well, then, let me look at it. It's a damn Rolex.
This scene showed a glimpse into the life of Jimmy McGill before he moved to Albuquerque.
Later, sucker!
Following the Chicago sunroof incident, which we heard Jimmy discuss in the episode entitled Marco in season 1 of Better Call Saul,
I climbed up top, and I may have defecated through the sunroof.
Jimmy is then arrested and sent to jail.
I did not know that his children were in the back seat.
Following his arrest, Jimmy meets with Chuck when Chuck travels from Albuquerque to Cicero to represent Jimmy as his attorney in season 1 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Nacho. Following Jimmy promising to Chuck that he will end his Slippin' Jimmy persona and straighten up and fly right, Chuck agrees to help out Jimmy with his legal predicament through Chuck using his legal influence and stature to get Jimmy's charges dismissed on the condition that Jimmy will get a real job and work in the mailroom at HHM.
Jimmy, if I do this, do not make a fool out of me.
I promise I won't.
Everything you're doing, everything you're involved with, that's over.
Just tell me what to do. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Just say it. Please, Chuck. Help me.
After this in the timeline of Better Call Saul, in the opening scene of the episode entitled Marco in season 1 of Better Call Saul, we see Jimmy talking with Marco about why he has to move from Cicero to Albuquerque.
I'm moving to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
You skip bail?
New Mexico. You know, like Bugs Bunny and the Roadrunner.
Yeah, what are you gonna do there?
I'm gonna work at his law firm, like in the mailroom, to start anyways.
Well, now you're talking crazy, man. You just got out of jail. Now you want to go back? It was working for him. That's all that is.
I was done. You understand? I didn't beat the rap. Chuck flew in and saved my ass. It's time to make some changes.
In season 2 of Better Call Saul, in the episode entitled Rebecca, we see another flashback scene following Jimmy moving from Cicero to Albuquerque. In this scene, we see Jimmy go over to Chuck and Rebecca's house for dinner. In the Better Call Saul video inside episode 205, we learn that this flashback scene at Chuck and Rebecca's house in season 2 of Better Call Saul took place in 1992 after Jimmy moved from Cicero to Albuquerque.
It is 1992, which is 10 years prior to the beginning of Better Call Saul.
Wonderful.
Are the leaks too overpowering?
Not at all. That's as good as the one we had in Florence.
All right, don't humor me.
I'm not.
At that time, he did not have his allergy to electricity.
It's very weird to imagine Chuck living a normal life and just being a normal dude.
It was kind of wonderful.
Holy shit. Look at this place.
Hey, Jimmy. Thanks for coming.
Bring it on in here.
And it's just fun to revisit the dynamic between Chuck and Jimmy at that time.
He basically was in prison like a month and a half ago.
So, this revelation that this flashback scene took place in 1992, a few months after Jimmy was arrested and then moved from Cicero to Albuquerque and then started working in the mailroom at HHM, brings me back to the diploma we saw in Saul Goodman's office in season 3 of Breaking Bad, which indicated that Saul Goodman received a master's degree in 1984 in political science from the University of American Samoa. Based on all of this information which we have learned about Jimmy's past, I feel confident in saying that this diploma we saw in Saul Goodman's office in Breaking Bad is a fake diploma. As mentioned previously, the flashback scene which occurs following Jimmy moving from Cicero, Illinois to Albuquerque, New Mexico took place in 1992. The scene in season 1 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Rico, where Jimmy reveals information about his education to Chuck, took place after this dinner flashback scene we saw in season 2 of Better Call Saul. We know this because Jimmy just started working in the mailroom in this flashback scene in 1992, as indicated by the dialogue.
So, tell us about your first week at Hamlin McGill.
It was great. I mean, they got me working in the mailroom, which you got to start somewhere.
So, with this being said, it would not make sense that Jimmy needed to get his last few credits for his undergraduate degree from a community college after he supposedly already got a master's degree many years prior to this in 1984 under the name Saul Goodman, which Jimmy still does not go by following the conclusion of season 3 of Better Call Saul in 2003. So, with all this being said, I would not be surprised if we see a scene in Better Call Saul which will definitively display that this diploma we saw in Breaking Bad is fake at some point in time during or after season 4 of Better Call Saul, once Jimmy McGill sets up his law practice we saw in Breaking Bad and changes his name to Saul Goodman. Throughout the entire course of Breaking Bad, we had no reason to believe that Saul Goodman's diploma in his office was fake. However, now as a result of the backstory which the writers decided to cultivate and display for Jimmy McGill in Better Call Saul, unless this diploma we saw in Breaking Bad is explained in further detail moving forward in season 4 of Better Call Saul, it risks becoming a pretty significant plot hole in the timeline of Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. In my opinion, using hindsight, I think this minor plot detail of Saul Goodman hanging a fake master's degree diploma in his office would be done by Saul in order to impress his prospective clients to make it appear his education was completed in a more traditional standard time frame in his 20s, and to make people believe that his name had always been Saul Goodman. Nonetheless, I'm very interested to see if and how the writers will address this potential plot hole moving forward in season 4. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Thank you to all the people who are watching my videos and who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you like to hear the sound of my voice talk about Better Call Saul and are looking forward to season 4, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos. My name is Anton Jackson. Thanks again for watching.